Today I'll be going through responsive search ads in Google Ads. So some best practices for creating your responsive search ads, how to create good or excellent ad strength responsive search ads, and basically everything you need to know about writing effective advertisements. Now, to get started, I'm going to go over some best practices here and some different things I'm going to cover in this video. First and foremost, create good or excellent responsive search ads. So you'll see here we have, this one is saying it's an average ad strength. So what you want is good or excellent, and one thing to keep in mind is if your ad strength says average here versus good versus excellent, Google is not using that within the auction. Google is not using your quality score within the auction. They're not using the ad strength here within the auction. So those aren't specific factors. They're more just feedback from Google saying, here are some things that you can improve. In this case, they're saying make your headlines more unique. So you want to make sure you get check marks for all four of these, include popular keywords, add more headlines. So that's simple. Make sure you just fill out all your headlines. Make your headlines unique, make your descriptions more unique. So those are the four things you want to focus on when you're trying to create good or excellent ad strength responsive search ads. Testing 2 to 3 responsive search ads per ad group. I will go over a couple different ways to test your ads and some things that you can test. Incorporating all of your relevant assets, formerly called extensions. So making sure that you have site link assets added to the ad group level. All of those are going to help your responsive search ads. If you can actually say, okay, for this keyword, we want to make sure we use these site links, or for this ad group, we want to make sure we're using these site links assets, these call out assets, these structured snippet assets, etc., etc. And next is going to be pinning headlines. So you can pin multiple headlines to the same position. So what that means with pinning headlines is, let's just say, for example, we want to make sure I am targeting the keyword in this ad group for busy board toys and Montessori busy boards. So what I want to do is make sure that specific headlines are appearing in this very first position. Now, the best practice here is not to just take one and make only one appear in that first position, but it's to take multiple options here and do maybe something like shop the best busy board toys, show only in position 1. Shop Montessori busy boards, show only in position 1. You can see our ad strength just went up to good by adding more to position 1 here. Now what Google Ads can do is they can test these 4 different headlines that we have set up, all related to the keywords that we're targeting, and all of these will go into position 1, and Google Ads can basically test our responsive search ads much better, and it gives them more opportunities to improve our overall campaign results. So that is pinning headlines. Asset performance ratings, I will go through that throughout the video, and then really what Google Ads is recommending for the best long-term results for your campaign. Using smart bidding, so setting up conversion tracking and using a smart bidding strategy, targeting broad match keywords, and using responsive search ads. That allows Google to understand each and every search term that matches the keywords you're targeting. With broad match keywords, it will allow you to target a lot more keywords and increase that volume, and really a lot more search terms with the keywords that you're targeting. Smart bidding will be set up to optimize your campaign for conversions, and responsive search ads will allow Google Ads to take whatever somebody types in with their search term and say, here is the best possible responsive search ad for that search term, and we're going to drive this relevant traffic to this landing page with the goal of driving a conversion. So let's get into our responsive search ads. First and foremost, let's keep it very, very simple. If we come back out here, so we'll click on yes, leave this page. The most important thing is when you are actually looking at your ad groups is you want to make sure that the ads within your ad groups match exactly what you're targeting. So within this ad group for Montessori busy boards, I want an ad that's only geared towards busy boards. If we come down here, we have bath toys. We want an ad that is only geared towards bath toys. You don't want to be creating one advertisement and putting them in every single ad group. You want them to be as relevant as possible. So if we take busy boards here and we click through this ad group, and what we can do is we can look at our keywords here. So 2 broad match keywords, busy board toy, Montessori busy boards. These 2 keywords are going to match hundreds, if not thousands, of different search terms. So what Google is going to do is our campaign is going to go into a testing period where people who are typing in any keywords that are relevant to the keywords that we're targeting here, our ads are going to be triggered. And over time, what Google Ads can do is actually improve our overall campaign results. And what we can do is add negative search keywords as we start to see things come in that are not converting for us. You can get started with some of the different search keywords for different brand names, for different types of websites where somebody may be looking specifically for Amazon. They land on our website, they may say, I want to go to Amazon. I'm just going to exit out of this website and go find Amazon. So there may be some negative keywords you can add immediately, or you could wait till some more data comes in, which is really a best practice. It just involves more testing, more budget. The types of keywords that you're targeting in your campaign really depends on your budget. For a very, very limited budget, you may want to start with phrase match keywords, but broad match keywords are definitely recommended if you have a larger budget, if you want to do more testing, and if you are not worried about your first month or two not seeing the results that you eventually see in your next several months. So that is how Google Ads basically works. And the way that responsive search ads fit in is when we come over here to our campaigns is you want to test, I would say, at least 2 responsive search ads. The way I have this set up here is these are the same exact advertisement with 2 different landing pages. So we'll open up both of the landing pages here. So we have first landing page brings people to a list of a bunch of Montessori busy boards for sale. So my goal is to get people on this page, click on learn more, and go to the Amazon affiliate page, and hopefully they purchase something. The other page I have is more of a blog post style. Now, what I would want to do is probably remove this featured image. Make sure when people come to this blog post, in the very, very top, I have here are the 3 best Montessori busy boards. So if we scroll down, you can see I have 18 Montessori busy boards. These are some of the top rated busy boards on Amazon. So I have a huge list here with the goal of not only ranking in Google, but also potentially driving more traffic through paid advertising and driving some sales that way. I don't plan to run a lot of paid ads to this website. This is really just more as an example, but one thing you can do is just take your existing ad. So we already have our responsive search ad created here. So it's showing our ad strength is average. One thing you may see, so if we take the pins out here, showing any unpinned position, a lot of times your ad strength goes right up to excellent if you don't use any pins. So you don't have to pin any of these different headlines anywhere in your advertisement. If it's something that has to be in your advertisement, if it's something where it's a limited time promotion that you want to appear in the headline of your advertisement, those are some examples for why you can do it. Now, if you only pin one headline here, generally your ad strength is going to drop. If you're pinning multiple headlines like we showed earlier, then that will help your ad strength improve. Again, the ad strength here is not used in the Google Ads auction. These is just feedback directly from Google saying you can improve your advertisement by doing some of these things here. So as you build out your advertisements, if you click on add more headlines, click on view ideas, once you enter your final URL here, Google Ads will be able to give you some more headline suggestions based on your final URL, based on the keywords that you're targeting. The other thing is if you scroll down, they have a lot of different call to action phrases, promotion phrases, just some different things that you can add directly into your advertisement. Makes it a little bit easier to say, okay, we have all of our headlines here related to the keywords we're targeting. Now let's do some things like order online, shop online now, affordable options, just different ways that Google can create ad variations. If we come over here, looking at all these ad variations, so obviously this would be a bad advertisement. Official website in stock and ready to ship. What I found from Google Ads is they generally, again, another bad advertisement. This is why you may want to pin your headlines, but generally Google Ads doesn't create advertisements like this. Order online, shop online now. Your kids will love our toys, shop our busy boards. So that's a good advertisement there. So just keep in mind the ad strength here is showing excellent. Generally, Google Ads will do a good job of understanding what people actually typed in. So if someone's searching Montessori busy boards, they're generally not going to show an advertisement like this. The main headline will usually include the keyword busy boards, and it will probably include Montessori as well because they're trying to match that advertisement to what people are actually searching. So if we come back over here to some of our best practices, creating good or excellent responsive search ads and testing multiple responsive search ads per ad group. 2 different ways to test. So you could either do what I said first and create identical advertisements, send people to different landing pages, see which ad performs better based on the landing page where you're sending traffic. The other one is to say, okay, for one advertisement here, now let's just say the example is this Montessori busy boards. For one advertisement here, we want to talk to parents, and basically our main goal is to get across to parents. We're going to try to target the emotion of your kids having more independent play, you having more free time, your kid actually developing their learning skills, different things like that to say, okay, if you get your kid a busy board toy, they are going to be more busy. It allows you to do more, accomplish more throughout the day when you're trying to get things done and you have little toddlers running around. Trust me, this is my every single day, so I understand the emotion. Where you want your kids to say, okay, I don't want to just put on the TV for them. I want them to be doing something that is actually productive. So a Montessori busy board does exactly that. So within your headlines, within your description lines, talk about that exact emotion. The other could be an advertisement where, let's say in this example, we're sending people to the same exact landing page here. The other could be an advertisement where we say quick shipping, free returns, great for gifts. So people who are purchasing gifts, parents who want toys quickly, basically talking to all of those emotions. Get this in time for Christmas, get this in time for their birthday, quick shipping, free returns, all those things can get people to say, okay, I want to purchase from this website, but I don't want to wait 2 weeks for this toy. So this advertisement is telling me that it is in stock, it's ready to ship, and shipping is going to take 2 days. So that is the other way to kind of approach how to actually sell this product. And then whichever advertisement is actually performing better, Google Ads will continue to use that advertisement and some of the ad variations, the headlines, the descriptions, based on what is actually performing better. So those are two different ways to actually test your responsive search ads. Use some of the different pain points that people are going to have based on whatever products or services you're advertising. So just come up with a list of, okay, here are the pain points my customers have. Here is how I'm going to speak to them with these advertisements. So that is how to test your responsive search ads and how to create good or excellent responsive search ads. It's pretty easy to create good or excellent responsive search ads. Use the headlines, make them unique, and then include things like the shop online now, affordable options. For this, it could be keep your kids busy, educational toys help with development, and use some of the different things like that. And while you're doing that, make sure you fill out all 15 of these headlines. So 15 headlines, 4 description lines. If you create multiple advertisements, that means Google Ads has a total of 30 headlines, a total of 8 descriptions, so a lot of different variations of your advertisement. Now coming down here and we come over to incorporating all relevant assets. So what you want to do is under the asset types, you want to make sure that any asset that is relevant to your advertisement, to what you are actually promoting, you want to incorporate within your ad. So do you take phone calls? Add your phone number. Do you have fixed prices? You can add prices here. If you have specific ranges of prices, you can add those as well. So I could do Montessori busy boards starting at $9.99 or something like that. Prices range from X to Z, so it could be different ways to incorporate your prices. I generally use prices more for fixed prices, so the example I use a lot is if you're a mechanic and you're adding your prices there, say, okay, oil changes start at $40 and then go up to $150, depending on what type of oil you need on all of these different things. So could be, here are the 3 different oil changes we offer. Prices are $50, $70, and $90, depending on the oil that you need and the car that you're driving. Promotions, so if you're running a limited time promotion, you can add those here as well. So this is great for all throughout the year. If you have an Easter promotion, if you have a Cyber Monday promotion, any type of promotion you're running, you can add to your asset or your advertisement as well using the promotion asset. Okay, so we scroll down, you can see I have some call outs here, huge selection of toys, improved child development, premium Montessori toys, and one more. Structured snippets added to the campaign level. So I have math toys, bath toys, busy boards, 2 more. So just some different toy types that people can purchase. Lead form, are you trying to drive leads? You can add your lead form there. Apps, this will actually promote your app with so if somebody's on mobile, they can just quickly download your app if you are trying to get more app downloads. So incorporating all of those assets. And the other thing that you want to do, so we're going to leave this page real quick. The other thing you want to do is when you come into your campaigns and you go to your assets for your campaign, you can go into your individual ad groups and add assets at the ad group level. So if we scroll down here, you can see a lot of these are added to the campaign level, but this one for busy boards, I have added to the ad group level. Montessori puzzles, so trying to find the other relevant toys related to busy boards. Puzzles generally keep kids very busy too. Also a lot of great things for development when kids are putting together puzzles. So you could put together some different assets at the ad group level to make your ads even more relevant to what people are actually searching for. I've used this example with like bedding keywords before. So if somebody's searching for some type of bedding, you can say, here are our quilts, our comforters, our sheets, our duvet covers, our pillows. So pretty much anything anyone would need related to bedding. And then you have those specific site links that are going to be much more relevant to each advertisement. Basically just improves your overall performance by giving people more of those options of some of the different products they may be interested in. So coming over here to our responsive search ads. Create good or excellent responsive search ads. Test at least 2 responsive search ads per ad group. Now, one thing is if you do create just one responsive search ad, you do have enough headlines and you do have enough description lines there where there is going to be enough testing within that responsive search ad. So for lower budget campaigns where you're not doing a ton of testing, you can just do one responsive search ad. It's not the end of the world. For larger budget campaigns, you definitely want to be testing multiple responsive search ads. You also want to be testing landing pages, but just do one test at a time. So maybe 1 month you say, we're going to focus on our ad copy this month. Next month, we are going to be focused on creating a couple different landing pages and seeing what actually drives the best conversion rate and use that information moving forward. Incorporating all of your relevant assets and adding some to the ad group level if it helps make your ad even more relevant. So we went over if you pin headlines, make sure you're pinning multiple headlines to the same position. If you only pin one headline to that first position, it doesn't allow Google Ads to test at all. So take 4 different headlines and you can pin those different headlines as well. The way to figure out which headlines you should pin, and one way to see your asset performance ratings. So I'm going to go into a different campaign here real quick. So this is a campaign I used to run for Farmhouse Goals, basically just used it as an example for these tutorials. But if you go into your ads and you start getting enough data, what you're going to see is click on the ads for your campaign, and for your individual advertisements, you can click on View Assets Details. So when you click on View Assets Details, we scroll down, you're going to see the asset, the status, the type of asset it is, whether or not the position is pinned, total impressions for this ad set. So what you'll see is there are some down here. So Shop Our Curtain Sale has 1 impression. Free shipping and returns, 1 impression. Now, farmhouse curtains, over 100 rustic curtains, over 100 farmhouse curtains are getting the majority of our impressions for our headlines. So those are headlines we could potentially say, why don't we pin farmhouse curtains for sale, over 100 farmhouse curtains. We can pin just basically farmhouse curtains and over 100 rustic curtains in that first position, because those are going to be the most relevant headlines based on what Google Ads is actually showing with our asset. Now, if we scroll down here, we can also see some of our description lines. And if you see, okay, these 2 descriptions are doing much better, we can come right into our existing advertisement and just edit this current description, save, and now we have a new testing period. Don't come in here and test these all the time. Wait for, I generally say, at least 5,000 impressions. So wait till you're getting more impressions. Now, you will have an actual performance column here. But your responsive search ads, it says usually need around 2,000 impressions in the Google search top segment over 30 days to display a rating in the performance column. So they'll put a performance column here, and what it may say is the performance is either, and we'll come over here, it's either going to be pending, learning, low, good, or best. So obviously you want good or best. If anything is low, that is something you want to replace. Pending or learning, it's still in the learning period. You don't want to change those immediately. Allow your ads to actually be tested for a little bit, because then you'll see, okay, this asset is performing well, this asset is performing great, and it's helping increase your conversion rate. So if we come back over here to our responsive search ads best practices, view those asset performance ratings, see what headlines and what description lines are actually showing up the most often, because it's going to give you some insights into, okay, these are the headlines that are working the best for this advertisement. Let's make sure that we continue using these headlines and maybe replace some of the headlines that aren't performing as well. Last but not least, your ultimate goal with responsive search ads is creating multiple responsive search ads per ad group within your ad groups, targeting broad match keywords and using a smart bidding strategy like either maximize conversions, maximize conversion value, target CPA, or target return on ad spend. So if we come back over to my campaign here, you can see if we come over to our campaign settings, so we'll come back to the campaign level here, and we are going to look at our campaign. Just coming over here and clicking on the settings icon for our campaign, you're going to see for my bid strategy, I have a target CPA bid strategy here. So this is just an example campaign. Obviously, you want a much higher budget. I will eventually run this campaign a little bit, but not too much. Goals, you can see I have my conversion goal here is outbound clicks. So I want to get people to my website, and I want to get people to click on learn more and go to Amazon and hopefully purchase something from me. And that's really the ultimate goal, is to allow Google Ads to go into a testing period where you're looking at, okay, we're in our ad group for Montessori busy boards. We're targeting these broad match keywords. We have our multiple responsive search ads. Let's see how this performs, and let's see how we can improve and optimize this by creating new responsive search ads, testing different landing pages, appealing to different emotions out of our customers, whether it's, this busy board here is great for travel, this busy board here is great for working parents, parents who work from home, and for parents who need just a little bit of additional time keeping their kids busy and doing something that's actually productive. So these are my responsive search ads best practices. Keeping it really simple, create 2 responsive search ads per ad group, incorporate your relevant assets, pin headlines if you want to, have specific headlines showing up based on the actual keywords that you're targeting, or if you have headlines that just absolutely need to be in those search ads, whether it's something legal or it's something related to a promotion or some type of branding that you are trying to focus on. View those asset performance ratings as you start getting more information. Improve if your asset performance ratings are low, and make sure you're using conversion tracking, a smart bidding strategy that will allow you to use broad match keywords, gives you more testing. You are going to see irrelevant keywords within your search terms report. Use negative keywords to improve your overall performance over time, and then just keep testing your responsive search ads. So the very, very final thing is, as you run your campaign for a bit and you have multiple advertisements running, multiple responsive search ads, look at the performance. If one is not performing nearly as well, pause it, create a new advertisement, and continue doing that. It really depends on how much data you're getting. So for large budget campaigns, if you're getting a ton of impressions, a ton of clicks every day, you can test you can test new advertisements every other week. If you're not getting as much data, maybe it's a monthly, maybe it's every other month, but it really depends on the overall data for your campaign and how many impressions and clicks your ads are getting. So the more data you have, the better it will be over time in terms of your campaign performance, and the better that your ads will perform as well. So if you have any questions about any of this, please leave them in the comments section. Thanks for watching my video today, and make sure you subscribe to the Surfside PPC YouTube channel.